What is going on, guys? It is EngageTheThreat here, and I am back after 11 freaking months with the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer. So here's the download. Picked this game up about 2 days ago, already beat the campaign on regular, playing it on veteran now, but I finally got to jump onto the multiplayer. That's probably the part of the game that I was most looking forward to, and I managed to get this game very early on. I think this is probably, my 4th match ever on this game, but it's a really nice little gameplay, so I thought there we go, double stabby. So I thought I'd post this, but anyway, today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on Black Ops 2, the multiplayer. So, I obviously picked this game up 8 months late. Everybody on the multiplayer is already, super good. You're going to see me dying like a noob multiple times here because, as I said, this is my 4th match and I'd never seen this map before. But I have to say, right off the bat, the one thing that has really struck me about the multiplayer on this game is that every map is so freaking small. And let me correct that. Not small, but just very, very, very close quarters. Literally, all of the maps on the game, it's just corridor after corridor, small room after small room. There's literally no very large lines of sight. I mean, I can see that they've intentionally put these kind of little sniper posts on the bridges here so that you can, snipe in the game. But really, to be honest, guys, this game is really, really small on the multiplayer. Everything is very close quarters, and I'm finding more and more that encounters, between me and an enemy more comes down to reaction time than actual skill. A lot of the time, you'll find you're within a couple of meters of your enemy, and not just that, but also a lot of the time nobody's sniping. Literally every match that I've played so far, not a single person has sniped, and you can see in this gameplay that I'm using an SMG, and that is because of the small map sizes, SMGs dominate in this game. And here's the thing, here's the really interesting thing. The weapons themselves are not actually overpowered. If you look at the weapons, they're all pretty powerful. You've got a few burst fire weapons here. You've got a mostly automatic guns with the same sort of damage, same sort of accuracy. Nothing is particularly overpowering, but what does seem to sort of resonate with gamers more are the SMGs, because these maps are so close quarters, and so the best guns for them would either be shotguns or, more popularly, the SMGs. Now, that's not a bad thing, because if you guys have watched my gameplays in the past, you know that just generally I'm more of a fan of SMGs, just because I like short to medium range combat, and so actually the small maps are really sort of suit my playstyle. But I found that, so the SMGs are really, really big. And my personal favorite, which is the first SMG that you get in the game, which is the MP7. Like in like in Modern Warfare 3, it's probably one of the best SMGs in the game. Although the difference being that, as I said, this is one of the first guns you unlock. There we go, nice little triple spray. This is one of the first. There we go. This is one of the first guns you actually unlock. Whereas in Modern Warfare 3, interestingly enough, it was one of the last. So it's pretty weird switcheroo going on there. But I have to say, the SMGs, as I said, are dominating, and at that, the MP7 for me seems to be the best SMG. The Evo Scorpio, I think it's called, Scorpion Evo gun. That also looks really good. I got to play a bit with that using one of the stock default classes with Black Ops 2, and that was really fun as well, so that's a good gun. But obviously, I haven't unlocked all the guns yet, so as I unlock them, I'll give you guys my thoughts. Now, here's the second big thing about this multiplayer. Oh my god, Creator class is freaking amazing. I mean, they've completely revolutionized Creator class, and they've ditched the old system where you had to have a primary, you had to have a secondary, you had to have 3 perks, and you had to have all these other things. Now they have this sort of 10 slot system. You guys probably have already played this game, so you know what it is, but this is just freaking mind-blowing for me, because finally I can get rid of, the random perks that I just don't want. I don't have to use a lethal grenade, because I really hate using grenades or semtexes or whatever. I tend to stick with the tactical grenades, EMP grenades, flashbang, concussion, whatever. I can finally get rid of that, and I can put in exactly what I want, which is, I want 2 red perks, I want, what do you call it? I want 2 red perks, I want 1 tactical, I want 2 attachments on my gun, as you're seeing right here. I'm using the red dot sight and the laser sight, and this allows me to do it, and that's friggin' incredible. I think that's real innovation for the COD franchise, that you can actually do this. I mean, it seems like such a small thing, but I mean, it's big news. For me, at least. And it's a really, really nice system, because it means that literally gamers can do what they want. You can go into a game with a friggin' RPG and that's it, if you really wanted to. You're no longer hamstrung by, oh, you need to have one of this gun, one of that gun, blah, blah, blah. It's just way more open and way more flexible, and I sure as hell like it. So the final thing I'm going to talk about, and that was a nice little segue into this, are kill streaks. Now, kill streaks all work the same way. You got 3 kill streaks. But this time, they're not really kill streaks, they're point streaks. And now I have to say, this system essentially rewards objective-based gameplay. What does that mean in, you know, normal speak? Basically, any team action you do, whether it be capping a flag, whether it be, you know, helping people out with a UAV, whether it be obviously getting kills, will add to what they call your score streak. And obviously, this score streak is, there we go. Yeah. Anyway, this score streak is essentially like, you know, your kill streak basically. And so the more and more score points you add up, the bigger your score streak gets, the more of these kill streaks, well, not really kill streaks, score streaks are going to get. So right now, I've been really just playing with the stock setup, you know, UAV, which I have to say, and I will continue to say pretty much forever, is one of the most, if not the most useful kill streak in every single COD game ever. UAV is the best freaking thing in the world. I'll probably explain that in another video, but let me just tell you right now, UAV freaking rules. I've been using the, what's the second thing called? Lightning Strike for the second one, which is basically like a, you know, you get to select your targets and then massive airstrike comes in. What's really nice about that is that it's really quick. So a lot of the time, you know, in the older Call of Duties, you'd select your targets, you'd call in the airstrike, and it would take like 10 minutes to get there. And then, you know, by the time it's there and it's dropping bombs, the enemies have disappeared. But because of the Lightning Strike, you know, its name, Lightning, it's really fast, and so that's why I really like it. That being said, I am a bit apprehensive about it, so I might change it out for something else. Maybe care package. I've never been a fan of a care package. It's pretty, you know, dumb, to be honest. I've never really liked the idea. But anyway, as you guys just saw, my final kill streak is what they call the Dragon Fire or something like that. Pretty much it's just a quad rotor that you can control and kill people with. Really awesome, because a lot of the time it's very small, so people try and, you know, pick out their s'more and try and hit it, but because it's so mobile, you can kind of get away from RPG fire until somebody, you know, actually uses a guided missile and destroys it. But whilst you're in the air, it's a really powerful asset. Very, you know, solid machine gun you can take out a lot of enemies with. I think it took out like 4 people there, which was really nice. So that's what I'm using for my kill streak setup, and I'm going to be using that for quite some time until I start to, you know, get more accustomed to the maps, get better at the game, and so therefore I can get, you know, higher score streaks. Because right now I'm finding that, you know, my sort of score streaks kind of max out at about, you know, 7, or sorry, after 7, you know, once I've got my Dragonfire, they max out at about 10 or something, and then I die. So once I get better at the game and stuff like that, I should be able to, you know, get those score streaks a bit higher. Alright guys, so those are my early first impressions of the multiplayer aspect of the game. Please comment below as to what videos you'd like to see. I'm thinking The Last of Us, I'm thinking Far Cry 3, and I'm thinking Let's Plays. I'm thinking a lot. So please go ahead and comment below and tell me what you'd like to see, and thanks again.